Prof, a very good evening to you and thanks for your time. Is this all the work of Helen Zille working behind the scenes?
Well, greetings to you and the listeners. Yes, some would say she worked hard and she succeeded possibly with the think tank or so-called think tank, the Institute for Race Relations. But is what she got today exactly what she bargained for? Is it what the think tank anticipated? I do not think so. She has done a wonderful job as a journalist. She has done a wonderful job as a patriot. She did a wonderful job as a leader and built a very formidable blue wave that really tried to engender accountability in politics. For that, I credit her as well as the DA. But I think, just like many African leaders, she didn't know when to step down. And the desire, the yearning, vaulting desire for power is the one that brought her back. And I suspect, like Mugabe, she would be the one who's leading to the demise of the DA that she worked so hard for, not knowing when to leave when the time is ripe and opportune.
And I suppose, Prof, that the real worrying thing about this is that she didn't do it alone. She has the support within the party that brought her back, or those that brought her back over the past weekend. And I know we've long heard the whisperings that there was a faction in the DA that wants to get rid of all black leaders. And if that is the case, it seems that that faction, and if indeed Helen Zille leads it, has pulled it off, getting rid of those that they wanted to. But what have they actually done to the party in the process?
Yes, indeed. Unless, and this is what I'm grappling with, if they have crossed the Rubicon in this sense, that black, yellow, or green, if they want to go, so be it. But we want what we consider the authentic DA and not a DA light. If indeed they've made peace with that, okay, they've succeeded. But I don't think that's really, they underestimated. I think the black you have today is not the black of yesterday. That you can just assume that by virtue of the goodies on the table, he would really succumb his integrity. I think there are those that would say, I would rather starve in dignity than walk around in the streets of Johannesburg with my pride in the pocket. And I think Mashaba said that much in his own way. Mmusi is saying that much. And I expect many more black leaders, especially within the caucus, that might want to follow suit. But it might not happen, because I have a sense that the thing will realize they have gotten more than what they bargained for, and they will have to go into overdrive to try to contain the situation.
So, Prof, what baffles me at the moment is Mmusi Maimane saying he hasn't left the party outright. He says, I will continue to campaign for them. But, just looking at what he had to say, despite my best efforts, perhaps the DA is not the best vehicle to take forward the fight for one SA for all. So why is he sticking around?
Look, I don't think all is lost. I think this might be the catharsis, right? This might be purgatory, if one were to use the Catholic terminology. That moment that they had to go through in order to cleanse themselves and to get rid of the appetite that often says it is about white interests and not black interests. It might be really a good thing that has happened now for the DA. And even those who are walking away, they might say, yes, indeed, let's come back and rebuild it now that there is a commitment. Those who want the authentic original DA, that time is gone and it will never come back. There's no doubt about that. People want to build a new nation, and the DA gave many a people hope that an inclusive society is possible, an alternative government is possible. Yes, to 24 months ago or so, people had hoped that they are a government in waiting, but they will need another 10 years, if not more, to be a serious contender for power. And Helen Zille, unfortunately, she will have to take a major chunk of the responsibility for that.
And the other big question that everyone is asking at the moment is, are we likely to see a new political party being formed by the likes of Mmusi Maimane, Hamid Mashaba, and possibly Athol Trollip in the near future?
I haven't reached that stage. I think they will find each other. And it's not easy to form a new political party. And oftentimes, you'll get a smaller chunk of followers that go with you. And I don't think it's a wise move to even begin to contemplate. Go in there and try to work it out and see if it cannot. And I think it is still possible that if they sit down and knuckle it out somewhere under a marula tree, they might find each other. It may take some time, but it is doable. I mean, all parties go through some challenges. People tend to talk about they performed poorly, right? And the election is almost the source thereof that Maimane must take full responsibility for. But what is the percentage that they lost? vis-a-vis the percentage lost by the ruling party. Right? We are talking about 1.5, the other party is over 5% that it lost. So when you look at it, and who are the beneficiaries? Look, really they must understand and appreciate. Freedom Front Plus cost a major dent on the electoral performance of the DA. The decampaigning within by Delil, Madame Delil, also caused some damage, and for that she was handsomely rewarded with a cabinet position. So you can't underestimate those things, and at the same time to put the blame in the main on Mmusi Maimane. That is unfair.
Okay, thanks very much for that, Unisa. Professor Lesiba Tefo just weighing in on the resignation of Mmusi Maimane.